Aloha, namaste. This is Kaipacha, and today is January 16th. This is the weekly Pele report, which is an astrological forecast for the week of this January 16th. I already said that. And yeah, what's going on? Lots is going on. Today, as I speak, Venus is conjunct Pluto. I mentioned it a little bit last week. This happens once a year, but it is Venus, goddess of love, of beauty, of value, of what we appreciate in life. It is also about relationships. It's the heart chakra. It's the color green. It's all kinds of stuff. But when it comes around to Pluto, it is this descent into the deeper realms. So this is a very intense emotional time, dealing with whether it is love or money. It is our values, the way that we look at ourselves, how much we value or don't, our sense of self-worth. This is a time when we can really be hurt, or we can really strike out and hurt somebody else, because there is this intense transformation being called for now, and we are getting triggered, or we are triggering other people to uncover and open up to some value or to some new aspect of what we need in a relationship, of what we need in a job, of what we need from another person. This is all happening in the sign of Capricorn. So we may have our issues around money, around our financial security, our earthly security, against our boss or an authority. This is a time when we could get a raise and we could go, hey, wow, yeah. You know, I feel good about myself. I'm important. I just got honored and whatever. It's also a time when someone could come along and we could get fired. Or they could say, you know what, you're not worth as much as you think you are. And that would, again, cause a reflection. One way or the other, it's this time where the outside world and people that we look up to, or we don't even have to look up to them, but they are above us in some way, shape, or form. They've got power over us, financial, emotional, security-wise. They give us, you know, something, you know, to look at. That's today. It's been building through. I talked about it a little bit last week. I'm just talking about it a little bit more. And the nice thing is we can say goodbye to that. You know, as of today, that's the peak, and then Venus moves on. And what happens then? Well, you know, later on this week, now, what's going on? Today, especially Wednesday, the moon is also conjunct Uranus. Kind of sudden, you know, awakening, aha moments, you know, some new trip happening, some new impulse or energy. Today would be a day not to like overreact, or to kind of just like chill a little bit, because the other thing that's going on now, the Sun and Mercury are both traveling together, and the Sun actually conjoins exactly with Mercury on Friday, and then it goes into the sign of Aquarius. So the Sun and Mercury are just like traveling along through Capricorn, finishing those final degrees, and then moving into Aquarius, where they're going to be for the next month. So this is this critical transition point. It's actually a bit of a lightening up. But again, Sun, Mercury. Lots of conversation, mental monkey mind, going crazy, going wild, too much. Mercury is business, and it's in the sign of Capricorn, which is our job, our career, our vocation. This just may be a time when, especially now in the next couple of days with that moon in Aries, the phone is ringing, or you're on the internet and you're texting, and you're having to go here and drive there. You get a speeding ticket, you're late for your meeting. I mean, Sun, Mercury is just like sometimes too much. too much happening in the immediate environment with your job, you know, too many phones ringing, too many details. And that can create decisions or choices or words and conversations that were maybe, you know, if they're on, you just gotta breathe. You gotta relax. Slow down the mind. Be late for the meeting. Miss the bus. Whatever it takes to not be impulsive, to not just get driven by these outside forces that are demanding or expecting or judging, or, you know, if you've over obligated yourself, or, you know, you don't have enough time or enough money or enough of this or enough of that, this is actually a time of considering and thinking deeper and reflecting into the roots and the base of why that is, and look at long-term solutions. Don't be putting the Band-Aid on the you know, broken leg. It won't work. Try to, yeah, and this is good with Mars going through Aquarius, okay, and Saturn and Scorpio. This is a time when you can make, you know, some good long term. Just consider the long term, and don't, you know, don't just like spur of the moment make, you know, sleep on it. That would be the advice for this week. You know, if you're going to decide something or you're going to do something or whatever, just sleep on it. It's a time where new information, new stuff comes in, your cage gets rattled, it's really unstable, and you could have a tendency to overreact or respond prematurely. And all I'm saying is, it's good to get the new insight and the new info. Let it trickle down, chill out, slow down on the caffeine and the nicotine and the stimulants. Drink your chamomile tea. And then it's actually, you know, I mean, it's really good. The moon moves into Taurus and into Gemini, you know, this weekend and into next week. And we have our, you know, first quarter moon. We had the new moon. Now it's kind of, it's opening. Opportunities are opening. Opportunity is knocking. There's, you know, there's this shift going from Capricorn into Aquarius. I said it's going to lighten up because Sun and Mercury are going from Earth, which is dense and heavy and, you know, business, into air, which is whew, yeah, and Aquarius is the inventor and the innovator and the visionary. So let's, you know, let's look at, you know, and it's about non-attachment. So we're moving, you know, this kind of in a place of being able to observe things a little more coming up, you know, this next month. Whereas this has been pretty intense since the solstice. All this stuff going through Capricorn with Pluto in Capricorn. So it's a very good time. I think I may have said last week, you know, it's a good time for business. This is a good time for social and community stuff. We've got all these planets going through the transpersonal signs. It's almost like the death of our own egos and the death of our own aims. But the more we can unite with collective aims, or with, you know, individual and business partnerships, and if you've really got the guts to commit to something, and you're willing and ready to go deep, then this is, you know, this is a time where that, you know, can actually work for you. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take, you know, a lot of endurance and perseverance to reach some of the goals that you may be setting now, or now is a time when you're realizing some of the goals that you set a few years ago actually are taking a little more endurance and perseverance than you thought. I mean, we're all getting tested. We're all getting tested. We're all getting checked out now, this Saturn in Scorpio. I don't want to overdo that Saturn in Scorpio. Again, this is only a weekly report. I actually did a yearly overview of 2013. And I'm going to be maybe redoing that. I did it, it was a live stream from a workshop. That's available on my website. It gives a little more of the long range, and I think I want to do another one that goes a little more into the month by month. A lot of this is building up to, we have like 6, 7 planets, you know, in Pisces, second half of February and into the first half of March. There's going to be a lot of healing. So right now a lot of things are kind of breaking up, stirring up, shaking up, and it's kind of a scary time. But I want to say that it is going to, you know, there is going to be some chilling out time coming up here in another month or so. Well, so, you know, the mantra for this week. The mantra for this week is, now's the time to change the way I live and love. Time to go within and see I'm now old enough to accept the other as they are and not project my stuff. I think it's pretty self-explanatory that our relationships and the outside world is a mirror for the way that we relate to ourselves and how we feel about ourselves and how much we criticize ourselves and whether we feel worthy or not. And rather than have it come at us, the more we can own what we've created, take responsibility for our feelings and where we are right now, takes a big load off of everybody, helps build acceptance, which builds trust, and then we can love. Now's the time to change the way I live and love. Time to go within and see I'm now old enough to accept the other as they are and not project my stuff. So, I wish you all the best. Yeah, the sun's moving into Aquarius. It's, you know, we're coming into that time where we can, like, non-attached, not be so attached to who we are and to the way we want it and to the way other people should be, and get out of this Capricorn judgment kind of stuff and into this Aquarius. Whoosh! I think it's, yeah, it's gonna, things are looking better, man. This is gonna be a great year. Yeah, I talk about it in that, in the talk I gave on 2013. We got this grand trine coming up this summer, June, July, August. You know, Jupiter in Cancer, you know, with Saturn and Neptune, Chiron in Pisces, Saturn in Scorpio. Wonderful water grand trine. Things, yeah. It's going to be good stuff. Anyway, I wish you the best. Namaste, aloha, and so much love to you.